channel. Today I am talking about the new brush set from Sonia G. I am super excited about this. This is called the Sky Face set. It comes with 5 brushes. You can exclusively buy this set on the Beautylish website for $270. They are currently sold out, which normally happens. Remember, Sonia G is a smaller brand, and these brushes take a really long time because they're all handmade. She can't just mass produce hundreds of brushes. It's not that simple. So when she launches a new set, most of the time they sell out within the 1 or 2 days. So this set has sold out, but it will come back. It will return. If you're interested in this set and it has sold out, I would click the link down below to the brush set and enter your email, and Beautylish will let you guys know when it comes back into stock. Now, as you guys know, Sonia G has her Instagram page, and she is one of those brand owners that is very involved and active with her audience and with her customers. She's extremely kind, always very helpful. Anytime I've ever had a question, she's been so kind and so amazing. If you guys have been with me for a really long time, you will know that Sonia G was the first brand that introduced me to more luxury brushes. I don't have a lot of luxury brushes in my collection. The only luxury brushes that I would say is the Hourglass brush. This was the most expensive brush that I had in my collection at the time before Sonia G. And then of course I have a few IT Cosmetics brushes, but Sonia G was the first brand that really introduced me to the world of luxury brushes and how it can change the makeup game. And I did buy the Pro Eye Set, which you guys see me pretty much use in every video that I am, reviewing a palette or whatever. I use her brushes daily, every single day. Face brushes, no different. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you will see that I am using these brushes every single day. So in my opinion, I don't mind spending the money on these brushes when it's something that I know that I'm getting a lot of use out of. I love the end result. When you start using a luxury brush and you go back to a more affordable brush, it's different. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have a ton of Morphe and Sigma brushes that I absolutely love. I also love Luxie brushes. I think that's a decent, affordable brand as well. But there is something incredible about using luxury brushes. Now, the thing that I also like is that these are exclusively sold on the Beautylish website, and as we know, Beautylish offers to their customers a payment plan. It's a 0% interest payment plan, and I love it. Because if I didn't have the payment plan, I would have to probably save and kind of budget to purchase these types of brushes. But because of the payment plan, I don't have to budget, and I love that. So let's get into these brushes. Creating these brushes she's so passionate about it, and it shows through the quality of these brushes. Every brush is handmade. All of these are hand dipped. She just takes so much pride in creating these brushes. The shapes of them are all for a purpose. Every hair has its own purpose. They're made in Japan, handmade, every single brush. It's incredible. And in my opinion, because I have now had, this is my 3rd set now, because of that, it's almost like I'm very proud of these brushes. And I know this might sound crazy, but I know that whoever made, let's just say this brush, whoever made this brush, they took a lot of time to make this one brush, and for me to enjoy it forever. And that's, because I know that somebody put so much pride into their work, it makes me enjoy the brushes even more. So these are phenomenal. She's just, so good, so kind, so sweet, and so passionate about what she does. She does always recommend that when you first get your brushes, that you wash them before you use them. And the reason why is because, I don't know if you guys have ever had that happen. It happens to me all the time. But when you first get a brush, it's almost like it needs to be kind of raspy. Like you need to kind of rough it up a little bit. And that's kind of the beauty of it. Once you rough it up a little bit and wash it, it becomes magical. So today, when I first got them, I wet them down and ran them over a dry towel, and I didn't actually wash them. And then I used them through the tutorial, and then I washed them after the tutorial, and they're drying now. They're almost dry. Reading her blog, she does have a blog, which I will leave a link to her blog in the description box down below so that you can really understand the method and the thought behind creating these brushes. And she kind of did it as like a traveling type of brush. And when I say traveling, not meaning the sizes, they're the same sizes as the Face Pros, but traveling meaning the versatility, that you can use them any different way you want. So with this one, you know, you could use this 3 different ways if you want. You could do your contour, you could use your bronzer, your blush. This you could apply your foundation, wipe it off on a towel and use it for your powder, whatever you want. She wanted to have each of these brushes have a lot of versatility in them. So you really wouldn't need to take a lot with you. And these are a great beginner set. So the Face Pro set, don't get me wrong, these are fantastic too. I mean, you see me use them every day. So let me get into a little bit of details about the brushes. Let's start with the Master Face brush. It is a powder foundation brush, a buffer, a blender, but it can be used as a bronzer and a blush brush depending on the pigmentation of the products or the precision that you require. It's a big and dense brush shaped like a ball. The high density and added dye bristles give this brush lots of strength to pick up powder products to blend and buff. There is a mix of dye and undyed bristles to give it more airiness. As a result, it will move easily and won't disturb your foundation. It feels extremely soft while properly doing its job. You could use this for your bronzer, your blush, your powder, your foundation. Like, this is a very versatile brush. Next up, we have the soft cheek brush. It's a little bit longer, and I would say this is a little bit more wispy. And later on in the video, I'm going to tell you what this brush is going to be perfect for me for. The soft cheek is a dome brush that delivers sheer to medium coverage. Due to its versatile size and density, it can be a blush brush, bronzer, sculpting, setting, finishing. You can literally use this brush with so many different things, and it can jump from one job to the other in such a brilliant, easy way. When it opens up after wash, it's fluffy, but definitely not floppy. It's a medium density, and even though it's quite flexible at the surface, it offers lots of control and strength. It looks like a complete different brush once it blooms, and she is 100% correct with that one. This one does kind of blossom. It opens up quite nicely after washing. All right, the classic cheek brush. The classic cheek brush is the most versatile and universal blush brush I could envision. Due to its size, density, and shape, this brush is also appropriate for bronzer, contour, or highlight application. It offers scalable precision and intensity depending on how you hold it or the pressure that you use. It's nicely dense for a blush brush, but the curved ferrule gives it more airiness and makes the bristles fluff out just slightly more. As a result, the brush is powerful with any product, helps you calibrate the intensity easily, and the blending effort is minimal to none. This one does kind of change its shape after you wash it as well. It kind of flares out a little bit. Now this one looks somewhat similar to the Cheek Pro from the Pro set. Now, if you look at them side by side, they look kind of the same, but the difference between these two brushes, the Cheek Pro from the Pro collection is a bit flatter on the surface and it's more dense. They are quite similar, but the classic cheek offers slightly more finesse with the application. Let's move on to the mini cheek. The mini cheek is such a precious tool when you are not looking for a targeted application, but you don't necessarily want heavy results at the very first swipe. It has been bundled with a curved ferrule. This ferrule will open up the bristles and give it a more fluffy, airy shape. The ideal small, fluffy shape and medium density make it extremely easy to build up any application, even to very intense results, without leaving a harsh perimeter. I love tiny face brushes for so many reasons. This one is such a gem with a highlighter or a contour, but also useful when you are going for a very precise blush, powder, and bronzer application. So this one flares up very nicely after it's washed as well. And then finally, we have the worker fan. The worker fan is a fan that can do many tests you want, hence the worker in the name. It's the perfect size and density to handle blush, bronzer, sculpting, and even highlight. It's actually a smaller version of the current Sculpt 1. I'm obsessed with the Sculpt 1's body and capabilities. The size of the worker fan is more versatile if you want to use it for even more tasks. Hey Google, how do you pronounce Hakutotsuho?
That's pronounced Hakutotsuho.
Okay. So that's the bristles in this brush, because I don't even want to attempt. I will completely botch that word. The thicker, you know what, bristles are highly efficient and blend as they apply truly effortlessly. It's fluffy, so the application is not going to be harsh or difficult to blend. You may not be a fan of fans, but I hope this one is going to change your mind and make you love them for their functionality. Once it's washed, it will open up and splay out really nicely to its real shape, which is very true. All of these brushes, I highly recommend washing all of them. That's all the information about the brushes. Let's go ahead and move on to the application portion of the video, and I will see you guys in my final thoughts. So these are the brushes from Sonia G, and I am so excited to use this brush because I was gonna buy the Sculpt 1, I think is what it's called, but I just haven't had I just haven't gotten around to it. So I'm really excited that this brush is actually in the set. So I'm just gonna take the KKW Beauty contour stick in shade Tan. One of my favorites. It is literally one of my favorite formulas. And I'm just gonna take this Sculpt brush and kind of blend that out. Oh, that's doing a good job. Look at that. It just blended it out so good. I knew this brush was going to be amazing for contouring. Oh, look at it work. Yes. What I like about it is it gets that line like perfect, and then you can kind of go over it like this and really make sure that it's nice and blended. Oh, this is good. Okay, I'm gonna contour a little bit here on my forehead. This brush is magical. This is the brush I have been waiting for. Now, don't get me wrong. The Luxie brush that I've been using works pretty good, but this one works fantastic. The thing that I've been wanting the most when it comes to my brushes is I've been wanting a really good contour brush and a really good bronzer brush. Those are the two that I kind of felt like I was missing in my collection, but this, so good. Oh, I'm so happy. Yay, I'm so happy. Okay, next up, we're gonna move on to bronzer. Now, I'm excited to use this brush because this one feels fantastic. This one is dense, but it's also soft at the same time. It's got the longer bristles, but it's dense. And I feel like when you're putting powder on, this is gonna be like the best brush. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use this brush. This is the soft cheek brush, and the soft cheek brush is medium application of bronzer, contour, highlight, or you can use it for your setting and finishing powder. I'm gonna use it for bronzer today. So I'm actually gonna go into this, shade right here in the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Unlocked palette. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit right here. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like this a lot. Now I'm gonna take this brush and kind of just like blend it out. You know what I mean? Oh, Sonia G, her brushes are just magical, and these feel fantastic. I love the color of these. The blue is just gorgeous. Right now it's looking like a little bit too much, but once I put powder on, it'll kind of all melt it together. For blush, I'm just gonna grab my other brush. This is the Inoshish. I don't know how you pronounce it, but This is one of my favorite blush brushes. I love it. I love the density of it, but I also love how wispy it is. And I like how it has, so if you look at this brush, this is from the Face Pro, but if you look at this brush, it kind of has a slant, and I use that slant to kind of put the blush on, and then use the other side to kind of blend it out. So I'm gonna dip down into this shade right here, put a little bit of blush on. I want to try this brush for under eye powder. You guys know I don't really put a lot of powders underneath my eye, but I'm going to use this brush to put this powder on. This is this very soft powder. So this powder, I don't mind putting under my eye because it doesn't, but look at the shine it gave. Oh, it's so good. It doesn't feel like powder. Like when I apply it, it doesn't feel like I put a bunch of crusty powder on. I love that about this powder. So this is the mini cheek, and it says that this one can be used to apply blush, bronzer, you know, or build up as you need. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it with the highlighter. So I'm going to go into the highlighter right here. It applies highlighter beautifully. I love the highlighter in this palette. It's my favorite. And I can finally talk about it on camera because it's going to become available soon. Now I know I am going to be putting powder on, so I'm getting a little bit too carried away, but look at that highlight though. So pretty. I'm going to first grab a little bit of my Hourglass powder. Oh, this brush feels fantastic. So I'm going to... Oh, this is a good brush. I can already tell this is my favorite brush. The Face Pro brush, this big one right here, this was my favorite brush from the first collection, the Face Pro. This is my favorite brush because it applies so beautifully. Like anything that you will use it to apply, it's just good. This is my favorite brush from this collection. I can already tell that a lot of thought and detail went into creating this brush. And the way that the bristles are, like, I don't know, like I can't describe it, but it's small enough to get into the crevices of the nose and stuff like that, but it's also very, very, like, I can't explain it. I think this is my new favorite powder brush. Like, wow, this brush is amazing. It has such great density to it, but it's also fluffy and kind of, I mean, it's extremely soft, obviously. All these brushes are very soft, but this one in particular is like no other brush I've ever used. Just as far as the density, oh my gosh, I love this brush. Oh my gosh, I love this brush. This brush is phenomenal. Wow, she did a great job on that one. I'm going to use this brush, which is the Classic Cheek. I'm going to grab some of my Charlotte Tilbury and kind of go over this area with that brush. Oh, Sonia, man, these are fantastic brushes. I am obsessed. So that's it for the tutorial. I will see you guys in my final thoughts. Okay, so let me get into my final thoughts about these brushes. I don't think it's going to be a secret. I absolutely love these brushes. I am so happy to introduce these into my collection because each one of these brushes is what I was missing from the Pro Face set. I've been using some other brushes, but now that I have these, I won't be reaching for those. So number one, this is like going to be my new favorite contour brush. Whether you're using cream or powder contour, it does not matter. You can use this for your bronzer. I'm in love with this brush, like in love with it. It's fantastic. This brush, I was thinking, what am I gonna really use this brush for? Like really, what could I possibly use this brush for? It's almost a little bit too wispy for me for a blush. Plus, I love this one from the Pro Face set for my blush. So I'm thinking, what am I going to use this brush for? Like, I don't know. Until I remembered this. So this is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. You guys have heard me talk about this a million times. This is the palette that I put all over my face, and I use my Luxie 514 brush. I just run my brush through all the shades and kind of put it all over my face. Well, this brush is very similar to what I like about the Luxie 514. It's long and wispy, but still kind of has a little bit of density to it. That's how this brush is. Running it through all of these shades like this and using this brush to apply my ambient lighting palette is like my dream come true. This brush is going to be phenomenal for this, and I am so happy that I have a Sonia G brush that I can use to apply my ambient lighting palette, because this is perfect for it. So after I washed this brush, so even though I wet it before I used it, I was thinking that this one might be perfect for my under eye, but I feel like now this might be a little bit too big for that. So I'm still gonna kind of play around with this brush and find a purpose for this one. This mini one though, I feel like is perfect for the under eye because it's very, very soft. And because it has a mixtures between the white and the brown goat hairs, this is kind of the perfect combination for powder. I love so all of her brushes that I love for powder. So this big face one brush, this next one that I'm going to get ready to talk about, even this one, this one is the mixture between the brown and the white goat hair. That is kind of how this one is. I feel like this one is just going to be perfect to sweep powder up underneath the eye. It won't really pack it on where it won't be like really thick and cakey. So I'm excited to continue to play with this brush, and maybe I might apply more powder under my eye than I do because I have the right brush to do so. So we'll see how that goes. I had to save the best for last because this is my new favorite brush on the planet. I didn't know I needed this brush until I have it. This is the best brush. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to try to apply my foundation with this brush. I want to see how my foundation will apply with it because this, phenomenal. Like, when I tell you that this is the best brush I've ever used. Out of all the Sonia G brushes, the Face Pro, the Eye Pro set, all of them, this, best brush, hands down. The versatility of this brush, the density of this brush, the way that it applies powder on the face is absolutely genius. It is perfect shaped. It's not too round. A lot of those powder brushes are big and kind of fat and fluffy. This one's not like that. This one is not too big. It's not too small. It's not too loose. It's not too dense. It's perfection. Blown away by this powder brush. She hasn't announced yet if these will be sold individually. Normally what she does is she waits to see how everybody likes them. If everybody likes them, then she will launch them back on the Beautylish website for another go round where you could buy the set. Then she starts selling them separately. That's kind of what she's done with the Face Pro set. You can actually buy these individually. If you do not really feel like you need to buy a $270 brush set, I get it. This brush is worth the wait. If this brush is available in single form in the next few months, I recommend picking this up, because when that day comes and this brush is available on its own, I will be buying me another one, just so that I can have two, because I almost want to use this to apply foundation. It's that fantastic. I would love to have one to apply foundation with and one to have for powder. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Tomorrow, I am going to be playing with the new Natasha Denona Glow Gold palette and also this eyeshadow palette. So come right back here tomorrow so you guys can check that video out. I love you all so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.